Hey, what's going on? This is Ninja Nick, and this is what I love most about riding my Ninja 400. I absolutely love group rides. I am on my Ninja 400 and I have my buddy Horizontally Opposed. I will go ahead and drop his channel in the description and check out his YouTube page. You won't be disappointed. And he's on the Yamaha R6. I also have a backpack with me, Amanda, my lovely girlfriend, on the back, so it was a nice time between all of us. Horizontally Opposed wasn't third wheeling, because he's on too. Anyway, what I love is when you're riding in a group, you're also safer because more people are going to see two bikes versus one. Also, it's a great bonding experience. It's an amazing time having you and your buddy going down the road on bikes together. It's cool. That was something that we always dreamed about and talked about, and we made it reality. One thing I really like about group rides is you get to learn from one another, and this was especially helpful about a year ago when I first started riding. I wasn't sure how to ride on a public road, so I was learning from Horizontally Opposed, seeing his riding style and technique, and kind of utilize that on my own, and that led me to become a better rider. It's just seeing other people do it. So find yourself a riding buddy if you haven't already. It's a feeling of camaraderie and safety that honestly just can't feel anywhere else besides riding together. It's fun because we go ahead and take turns taking the lead and just kind of guiding us down the road. We had no particular destination. We were just going and traveling wherever it may be. And then at stop signs and stoplights and stuff, we'd communicate with each other. That's always important too, communicating, using hand signals, saying, hey, we're going to be turning left or right, but it's just fun traveling together. Not only do I get to hear my own bike, but I get to hear the R6 too, which sounded so nice. What's really funny is when the R6 just takes off and the Ninja 400, it just can't, it's not the R6. It can't keep up with it. So I start to fall behind a little bit, so then I'll catch up as the R6 starts to slow down a little bit. Obviously at top end speed, the R6 is going to outperform the Ninja 400, but I think if you had a really good rider, not myself, but someone who would be more experienced in riding for more than 1 year, I think on the Ninja 400 you could outperform an R6 as far as handling and turns and corners and stuff. That's how great the Ninja 400 is. Even the R6 agreed that keeping up in turns and corners is a thing that could be possible. Even with a backpack on the back, this bike still accelerates very nicely. It handles corners very well. It maneuvers great, even with that additional weight. And now I'm going to go ahead and give some tips about riding with another motorcycle. It is a good idea to have a destination in mind with your riding buddy before you start your ride, just because communication on a motorcycle is a little difficult. Really, the only way to communicate, other than if you have a mic in your helmet, is at stop signs and stoplights. As far as verbal communication, you can always use hand signals to signal which way you're going to turn, because that's another thing too, is sense of direction. You don't want to put your riding buddy in an awkward situation where they have to stop abruptly to make a turn. So again, always a good idea to have a route in mind, and you can always take little detours. That's what makes riding so fun, but just being on the same page where you're going. Moving on to another tip, usually let the inexperienced rider take the lead. That's gonna be a little bit more comforting. When I first started riding, I did take the lead in our group, and that gave me some assurance that I had somebody behind me kind of looking out for me, and that way the more experienced rider doesn't leave the newer rider in the dust, especially on an R6 if they just go ahead and take off. It is also important to be responsible when riding, and there's a couple reasons for that. Reason number one is because there may be a newer rider, and we want to make sure that they're learning good habits from that more experienced rider. Another reason is because that's going to keep you safe. Being on a motorcycle, you're at a disadvantage, and thankfully when you're in a group, there's a little bit more visibility on you. And the last reason why you want to be a responsible rider during a group setting is because your actions may cause a chain reaction of other riders. If you blow a red light, there's a good chance that the other rider might blow it with you. So being accountable to your actions and following the rules of the road as best as you can is always a safe practice. The last piece of advice I have for group riding is take breaks and rest when necessary. It's always a good idea to reconvene and come up with another riding plan if you may have deviated from your original route, and just connect and check up on each other and see if everybody's bikes are okay, and stop for water or any food that you may need, and you can go ahead and get on your way. Also, mental fatigue is real, especially with riding a motorcycle. It is very exhausting. You have to calculate a lot of things within a short amount of time, so getting rest is very underrated on a motorcycle. It's very taxing. Again, just resting up and then getting on your way. I enjoy riding my motorcycle better in a group setting than solo. If you enjoyed any part of this video, please click that like button, leave a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.